I have a 50-year career in schools, eating school food. And what's so exciting is to be eating in a school food that is not school food.
The quality of the food is extraordinary. Just about anybody can find something that they're excited about eating each day.
We are a premier school, and we're different from public schools, or we're different from college and universities. It's important to be able to meet some of the challenges that come along with feeding lower school, middle school, and upper school students.
We brought our food-specific traditions to Sage, and they were great at accommodating us. It's almost like Sage inherited the characteristics of the school.
Lots of schools can offer a world-class education. Lots of schools have great facilities, great faculty. We do too. It's about what are the other things that are going to make your day-to-day and meal-to-meal life here exciting.
If you want a food service that is truly a partner with you, Sage is hands down the best.
Food is so much more than just products from a supermarket. Sage's mission is to provide an exceptional experience. The smells, the sounds, the variety, the garnish, the presentation, it is beautiful.
We're a co-educational day school. We have a little over 1,100 students in grades K through 12. They have that saying that an army marches on its stomach, and I think that's even truer of a school.
At 11:30, don't be standing in the way of the middle schoolers when they come in the door, because they're coming, and they don't really stop.
If the kids are feeling happy and well fed, everything runs smoothly, and if they're not happy with the food, boy, it's hard to make anything else work well.
A food service company is about two things. It's about the food, and it's about the people.
It's great because they're always looking out for us, and it's just nice to come here and know that they care.
Being vegetarian, they always have an option for me, which is really nice, and it's usually very good. So I get like the majority of my like not so basic vegetarian meals like here.
Even if the number of kids who are choosing their school based on food is a small number, I'd rather have them choosing us, and Sage makes sure that they will.
St. Andrews is an amazing place. It's magical. It was founded in 1929. It's all boarding. Because the kids are here 24/7, not only is what they eat important, but the way they eat it. To use the term sort of cafeteria food would never be appropriate.
Don't do things the easy way, because the easy way is just to use a box cutter. We start from scratch for as much as we can. We're baking our own breads, we're making all our own desserts, we're making all our own dressings and gravies and sauces. We make our own stocks.
What we hear from all constituents at St. Andrews is that they didn't imagine that school food could be this way.
When you make things from scratch, all you're paying for is the pure ingredients. The meat, the flour, the rice, the produce. If someone in your community has an allergy, you know whether or not you have used that allergen in producing this food.
We take it very seriously. You know, we want to make sure that we feed these children safely.
Food allergies have become the most important part of what we do. When you cook from scratch, you have a finite list of ingredients. It came from an approved Sage recipe. Those recipe ingredients are posted online for the parents and the students to see. They're really cool because in addition to being able to filter the menus based on the food allergies you might have, you can also click on any menu item and see all of the ingredients. Online's great, but the world is moving to small device computing, so we came out with an app.
If I'm a parent and I'm worried about the fact that my child absolutely refuses all green vegetables and she has an allergy to gluten, if you have their app, I can go in and find out exactly what is on the menu for the week.
If you're worried about a particular allergen, you click on the allergen filter, select which allergens you're concerned about, and what remains is the food that's safe for you to eat.
You know, we're teaching our girls, we want them to be advocates for themselves and be empowered with their diet, whether it's eating healthy or if they have restriction. It puts parents' minds at ease when they send their kiddo to school knowing that there are going to be options, but they're also allergy aware.
From my perspective, one of the most important things that you can do in school is learn how to eat well, eat healthy, make good choices, and then take those lessons and translate them into the rest of your life. SAGE's Spotlight program is part of our nutrition education program.
We tag every item on the menu with a red, yellow, or green dot. And that's all about variety, balance, and moderation.
We see ourselves as being an extension of a classroom with what we do in the dining hall. Not only through the regular construction of our menus, but also through special events, which we call educational seasonings.
We worked with teachers to create unique themes for each month of the school year.
They come in and they get to be educated on items that they may not see in their daily life. Today we had Italian baked tofu, and we had apple curry soup, had tofu inside of it, and we also had tofu that added to a pho bar. We started doing a pho bar this year. We weren't sure how it was going to go over, but the first time they came through and they're like, what is that? And we kind of explained, well, these are noodles. Why don't you try some noodles? And then they tried the noodles, and then it was more intriguing. And they were like, I want to try the tofu, and I want to try, this on top of it. And I want to put these herbs in this bowl as well. Now it's when is the pho bar coming back? When is it coming back?
Because I think the food is presented so beautifully, they're more willing to try it here. They'll come home and they'll say, Mom, guess what I tried? I had Mediterranean nachos today. Or, I had this hummus.
The great variety, the new tastes, the exotic cuisines, the international flair challenges kids. It expands their palate. It gets them to think. We teach them about local foods. We teach them about where things come from, how things grow.
We put up signs showing where our food comes from and who makes it so that the kids can get a sense for what the bounty is where they live.
With our kitchen, our most favorite local food, of course, is from our own school garden.
We have the organic garden, so we bring vegetables and other foods from here, which is really great because we know where our food is coming from, that it is not being processed as grocery store fruits and vegetables are being processed.
If it were up to the student body, we'd be totally off the grid and we would be growing all of our own food. SAGE is very respectful and responsive and a great partner.
I mean, it's really comforting to me, and it sort of gives me hope for our future generations that we do have organizations like SAGE and we do have people who care.
Local is really, really important, and SAGE actively seeks out as many local vendors as it can in every single community.
The products we buy locally end up becoming sort of the star items on the menu, the places where we have a small local bakery or where we have a farm that provides our meat. Not only is everybody really proud of it, but it's just objectively a better product.
The bread that we're buying from Empire Bakery is made the day before or it's made the morning of. It's coming and it tastes fresh, it tastes good.
We deliver every day of the week because our breads have no preservatives, no conditioners, just flour, salt, and water. Every time Hockaday receives a bread order, you can rest assured that that was baked that day in a tradition that's as old as time.
Our chefs are restaurant chefs. They have resumes that you wouldn't believe. They've gone to the best culinary schools. They live to do events where they can show what they're capable of.
Catering's huge for us. We do thousands of events. That was one of the first questions we asked when we were considering SAGE is, can you keep up with our catering needs?
At the very beginning, they were slow to kind of let us do some of their bigger events, their more high-end events, publicized events, and they've started to turn around.
I went to a parents' luncheon the other day, and you really would have thought that you were in an extraordinary and sophisticated restaurant. Now our problem is trying to dial back the number of special events that our parents and faculty want.
The range of events that they cater and the range of catering they provide for those events is really broad.
I'm a lover of art. I love art, and food is art. And so I try to bring that to everything that we do. I always try for something different. What can we bring today that they haven't seen? What can we do that they're gonna come and say, wow.
We have between 10 and 15 events a week here that we cater. If we had to have outsiders coming in every time we wanted to have an event, that would just be a logistical nightmare.
You're getting this level of talent on site providing functions at cost for you, and no outside caterer can do that. All of the business we do, every single client that we serve, it's all done on a management fee contract. It's a fixed amount for the entire year. The cost is the cost of the food and really the cost of the labor and supplies. So when the school wants to do catering or even more catering, there's no more management fee on that.
I can't think of a better partner to have than Sage. They're in it with us.
Our relationship is based on trust. Financial transparency and access to data is a key part of that.
We have an honest conversation about what food costs, what service costs, what salary increases they're looking at, what their staffing looks like, our satisfaction level, as well as what it costs to employ good staff and have low turnover.
All of the invoices for all the food, all of the payroll records for all of the hourly staff, all of the records are there in the manager's office.
At the end of the day, I feel like I know where we are from a financial perspective. I know exactly what we're spending on what our cost per meal is for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. I didn't have that before. Having Sage here makes my job tremendously easier. There's no doubt about that.
We have been absolutely delighted. It wasn't just about the fact we didn't want the children eating frozen chicken fingers all the time. It was really about developing their tastes and helping them understand where their food came from. And I couldn't believe the change.
Feeding hundreds of teenagers day in and day out is a chaotic venture. You want a food service provider who can be flexible, and Sage's incredible generosity and flexibility is something we give thanks for every day.
I say to our staff, every day you come to work with a blank canvas and you're gonna paint a picture every single day. So let's try to be the best picture that we can paint that day and make it special for someone.